guys, Merry Christmas. As promised, I'm just giving you a catch-up video of all the little festive things I do. Now today is a particularly stressful day for me. Although I'm at home and everything's here at my fingertips, it's the day that I call my dressing jars dash hamper day. And I have got the baby home with me. She's having a bit of lunch. But this is the sort of thing I'm doing. So, can you see all the bottles? These are pre-made liqueurs that I've done. This is apple and blackberry gin. So what I did was gathered all the blackberries in August and all the lavender and all the apples and all the rose petals that I use and everything. And I sort of clean it, stash it in the freezer until I'm ready and able to use it. So the apple and blackberry gin, all I did with that after I'd soaked the blackberries is use some really lovely, beautiful, homegrown apples from the neighbour's garden and soaked bay leaves, juniper berries and gin, and it's been steeping for so long, since August. And then you make like a sugar syrup, a very little amount, and then all you do is run it through a muslin cloth, and it takes about 2 days to sort of purify, and then you put them in sterile bottles. These I don't use recycle, I actually buy them, but I get these from like little hobby making shops. These are cool, they're like little, there's about 3 measures of gin in there, but that's quite a nice little handy jar you can use again. But something like that is so cute, with a little bag of the homemade chocolates that I showed you. And this is quince vodka. I'm not a massive spirit drinker, I'm a bit of a boring one, I only have wine when I go out, but as you can see, golden quince vodka. So my friend, who used to be my primary school teacher, who still remembers me, she's so sweet, she follows me on Insta and I do her because she's a sewer. She makes all these beautiful hand-stitched cuddly toys and stitch making crafts and things. She had some quince from her tree in her garden and asked, because she knew I made jams, whether I'd like it. And I said, I'd love to have a go at making quince vodka. Yes, please. I was going to make some quince jelly, but because the quince are so hard to actually, use, that they're really hard fruits. It's like a really, really hard pear. And in the medieval days, they used to be a really popular fruit, but now they're not so. Anyhow, I let it go too long, so I only used half the amount of quinces, which was really bad, but I made some beautiful vodka. So as you can see, they're all labelled, and I'm probably going to give the teachers one of these at the end of the term with a little bag of homemade shortbread or something. Then I go on to my chutneys. Can you see these? So again, you can reuse the jar, so that's like a main present. That's my prune and date curried chutney. Now what you do is a basic principle of your brown sugar, your vinegar and your spices, that's all in a saucepan, and it's lovely rule of thumb to have apples and onions because of the pectin in the apples and the onions for their flavour. Once you've got that base, you can really make any chutney that you like, and prunes and dates are so delicious with cheese. So yeah, I've made some prune and date chutneys, and this one, my husband likes this. I've mixed it up a bit this year. I've done things that are different this year, because last year I made loads of chutneys, but this year I've done the piccalilli. So again, I've gone by a recipe that was my grandma's, and I've just put them in clean, sterile, reusable jars. So anyone who has jam jars always brings them to me throughout the year. Hello, darling. Yeah, I'm just showing the people all the jams and chutneys that Mummy makes. Would you like to say hello in a minute? Okay, will you say hello? Say hello. Wave. Say hi. Yeah, she's got butter on her nose. She's having butter and crackers. But that piccalilli is really nice. I'm not a fan, but lots of people like that. So again, clean, sterile jar. And all I'm going to be doing is popping a ribbon on it. Like that. And putting that in a little gift bag with some chocolates or something. I'll go on to my next bit in a minute. I'm just going to tend to my little bubba. Right, and then coming on to what I make quite a lot of. These are really cute. I'm sorry if my kitchen looks cluttered. As you can see, I've got piles of presents everywhere. It is a nice clean kitchen. I always keep the worktops nice and clean. My floors are always hoovered and steamed, but it is cluttered this time of year because I've just got so many arts and crafts about from the children at school and presents that I've got to be delivering. But anyway, going back onto the hampers, these are really cute. They're little Father Christmas lollies. So all I've done is bought a lolly mould, some really good quality chocolate, poured them in the moulds, and then I've given them finishing touches of spray. So I put those in the little children. My friend's got a lovely little My Godchildren, so instead of buying a selection box, I just put one of those in. And these are quite cute. This is a mixture of white and brown chocolate, so it's like an Oreo effect. But yeah, it's my little candy cane lollipops. So I make those. I didn't do them last year actually, so I've done them this year because my little girl said, please, can you make those? So on Christmas Eve, when I do their little Christmas Eve boxes, I'm going to just plonk a little one of those in for a treat instead of, they can have that and hot chocolate as a real treat, which brings me on to the next thing. Look at all these goodies. Hot chocolate stirrers. Dead simple. Bought a silicone mould, really good quality chocolate. Make them in advance. As they're setting, you put your little glitter or whatever you want on top. I put marshmallows and then the little cellophane wrappers. So again, I'll give some of my friends those, and I have done a few sprayed gold. Now the danger is when you make them quite ahead of time, I normally do them 2 weeks ahead, sometimes the chocolate can separate a little bit and go a bit white, but that doesn't mean it's off. It just means you've either overcooked it slightly or it means that you've stored it and the light's gone on it. And a perfect example is my dresser where I keep everything. They have lights, and if I keep things underneath it might go a little bit white, but I know that this is good quality chocolate and I know that it's freshly made in a nice clean kitchen. So if it does go like that, gold spray is a lifesaver. So anyway, yeah, they're my little goodies. Oh, and I've done green candy cane ones as well. Ooh-wee. But these have actually got white glitter on and little pearls. And as you can see, this is what I have to do. So when I make my jams and chutneys, which is all through August and September, I have to stick little labels on with masking tape like that, so it's not very presentable. And then they're stashed in my cupboards down there. Can you see my lovely dresser, which isn't terribly organised at the moment, but this. And I keep them in a dark cupboard, and I've still got more things to get out. But anyhow, I keep it all there. So from August to September and all through October when I'm doing all my cooking and prepping. August I do all my prepping. September all my jams. Chutneys are in October. And then, yeah, they're all kept like this. And sometimes they do have a little bit of dust on the lids because they've been in storage for like 4 or 5 weeks. And once they're like this, all I do, I get them all out and lay them on the table. So here I've got blackberry and rose petal jam. I've got plum and cinnamon jam. I've got apple chili chutney. I've got mango and port chutney. I've got plum and cinnamon jam, which is my favourite. Absolutely love that. And so does my little boy. Apple and rose sauce, which is an accompaniment to, it's like a condiment for meats. And then I've got fruity relish, which is a runnier chutney, so you put a bit more vinegar in with that one. And then my little hot chili, oh my goodness, these are really good. They're very hot, the hot chili onions. I made them like 6 weeks ago, so you have to soak them in salty water, then wash them, pat them dry, and then put the lovely, I don't know whether you can see that, but I put lovely rosemary and bay and all that in there. So that's what I'm doing. And as for the alcohol, once it's all ready and strained, it's so easy to do. But yeah, I hope you liked a little eye-opener of what I do for Christmas gifts. I probably will just do a little, finish it off once they're all done and add it onto this just to show you how they look. Because once they've got the ribbons, and these are my fabrics, I just collect fabric all through the year, all different bits from charity shops, or maybe my mum might have some knocking around. And once they're all pretty on the jars, they look so good. And like I say, even if you haven't got ribbon, garden string looks really rustic. So I hope you like that, and I might just add on a little bit at the end to show you how they look. But I've just got really biscuits and things to do, and I can't do those till the day before Christmas Eve because they will go soft, and they've really only got a shelf life in a bag of a few days. So yeah, that's all my stuff for my hampers. Thank you.